Hello everybody again. Welcome back to the 2014 National Collegiate Roller Hockey Championships. My name is Kyle Jones. As the buzzer sounds here to indicate the end of the warm-up period, this one an elimination bracket game against the Central Michigan Chippewas from the NCRHA and the Virginia Tech Hokies from the SERHL. Again, my name is Kyle Jones, continuing coverage of the 2014 National Championships games here from Aston, Pennsylvania at the Iceworks facility. Tech is the chant there from the Virginia Tech bench as Central into their huddle. Fire up is the chant for the Chippewas. Both teams making their way towards the center ice circle where the NCRHA logo is located. 12 minutes on the clock here as we are set to start the first period of this one. This Elite 8 matchup, again mentioned here, Central Michigan in the yellow with the maroon trim, and in black are the Virginia Tech Hokies with the little maroon on theirs, as Hennigy, the goalie for him, we'll talk a little bit more about him later, snags this one out of the air and will hold. Again, I mentioned this is an Elite 8 matchup. Central Michigan beating Kennesaw State in the Sweet 16 to move here. And Virginia Tech, major upset as they take out UNC Charlotte, their SCRHL foes, as this one's knocked away by a Central defender and now picked up here by Virginia Tech. Turning with that one is Rinella, excuse me. Rinella will pick this one up. And taken on there is Hunt, Tyler Hunt for Virginia Tech. Finds his man down low. This is Barber. Barber hands this one on over to Fink. Intercepted there as Crank for Central Michigan will hold. Pass across over into the neutral zone is Peters. Peters winds up, takes the shot off of the goaltender for Virginia Tech. That is Daniel Domenico, excuse me. And now Virginia Tech pushes this one forward into the neutral zone, and they will retreat back into their own end. Here is Barber with the puck now. Skating through the neutral zone and penetrating through Central Michigan zone. He shakes a shot there. Mason Hennigy unable to get a pass on that as he goes down, hits the deck, and Central will move this one forward. This is Evan Crank. Evan Crank through the neutral zone into Hokie territory. He passes this one over to Dean Kimnick. Loose puck in front. Here is Gazinski. Gazinski's shot goes wide of the net. And now taken here by Virginia Tech. This one taken on, slap shot goes wide of the net. That one off the stick of Eck. And now it's going to be Bosnick to collect here. Bosnick will circle into his own zone and giving this one on over to Gazinski. Gazinski shakes his defender and now he has Steiger on the left of him. He finds him, shot on, he shoots, big save by Domenico there. Domenico, I'm being corrected here. And this one now taken on here by Eck, as Eck able to shake a defender there, turn around, and give this one out on over to Ingram. Ingram passes over to Grinter. Grinter loses that one in the middle of the slot, and now taken here by Central, unable to collect cleanly, and it's going to be going the Virginia Tech way. Almost given away there on the ensuing pass. And now it's going to be Ingram moving forward. Or excuse me, Fink. Pass on over. Centering passes for Fink. Fink sends that one shot high and wide, and it will go into the protective netting. Virginia Tech seems to be pushing the pace here, but if they want to get any goals, they'll have to get it past Mason Hennigy. Renowned as maybe one of the best Division II goalies, and maybe the best goalie here in Aston between all divisions. And if Virginia Tech wants any chance, they'll have to rely heavily on Daniel Domenico, as this one is played on now through Virginia Tech through the neutral zone and into the hands of Fink. Fink gets a shot on, he scores! Fink splitting the defenders and beating Hennigy through the 5-hole, getting him moving side to side. And just like that, the Hokies will take a 1-0 lead off the goal from Mitchell Fink. 8:34 left to go in this one, in the first period, excuse me. Now, face-off taken here by Crank, hitting the ref in the front. Now, turnover here is Fearing. Fearing with a shot on. Mason Hennigy able to stop that one and gives it on over. Taken on behind the net is Camrata, trying to get that one over to his man. Camrata for Central. Can't collect it here. Now he will. Camrata here, taking the puck for Central. Beating his man to the outside. He has a defender draped all over him. That was Hunt. Hunt able to nip that one away, and now moving forward are the Hokies again. Here's Fearing, Brandon Fearing, trying to get it past the defender Crank, but Crank able to make a good defensive move to move this one forward through the neutral zone and into Hokie territory. He winds up and takes the shot going wide of the net, off the end boards. Kipnick there tried to bat it away, but unable to, and moving forward now are the Hokies. Here's Fearing, shot on, hits the net of the shins of Peters as he falls to the ground, no penalty called. Pop fly going loose in front of the net as Camrata will take this one. Camrata over to Peters. Peters 2-on-2, looking to dangle the defender. He goes backhand, forehand. Nice defense there by the Hokies. Never got the shot on as this one is played on over to Hunt. I say Hunt a lot here because there are two of them, number 13 Brandon Hunt and number 24 Tyler Hunt, as this one is Brandon taking a slap shot from where the blue line would be. And now collecting here, looking for the centering pass, and now turnover and going the other way. Here's Central Michigan. Here's Dean Kimnick. Has a man, Bosnick, streaking forward. Rebound in front. That one's going high. And now taken here by Central. Kimnick looks like it landed right on his keister. Maybe he hurt himself there. And now Evan Crank for Central will play this one all the way back here for Bosnick. We're going to have a penalty. Looks like coming up to Central. High sticking the call. Dean Kimnick then to sit down for 2 after the high sticking call, and it will be a Virginia Tech power play. Face-off coming up to the right of Hennigy as the Hokies look to extend their lead to 2. Face-off now taken by the Hokies. Shot on, never sees Hennigy making the save, and now picking up here is Barber. Barber over to Fink. Fink down low, nice shot in front, nice little pass. Hennigy able to cover that one as Evan Crank doesn't like Hunt getting too far in there. Excuse me, that's Barber. Barber slapping away at that one, maybe too much for Central's comfort. And now talking over with the referees is Central. Maybe getting a warning there for being too rough. And 6:30 left to go here in the first. 1:40 left to go on the power play. Is a shot on. Mason Hennigy with that big glove, able to knock it down. And Mitchell Fink denied there. Taken here, won by Mitchell Fink. Shot on is blocked away, and now Kaczynski tries to get that one over to Bosnick, unable to get it cleanly, and now nice little effort there by Fink as he moves forward here. Mitchell Fink, forehand to backhand, unable to corral it into the corner. It'll go back up to Brandon Hunt, over to Fink. Fink to Hunt, shot on, goes wide of the net as Crank there to press it against the boards as he's trying to make this kill. Shot on, loose in front of the puck, still loose. Players falling down, and Hennigy will finally hold on to this one. 1:05 left to go here in the first period. Face-off now taken here by the Hokies. This is Fink. Given on off to Hunt. Hunt winds up, he takes the shot, that one ringing off the pipe. and going all the way around to a Hokie defender. This is Fink again with the puck. Passes this one down low. Back up to Hunt. He takes a shot. He scores! Had Mason Hennigy moving side to side, and Brandon Hunt able to find the top of the net. He'll score this one, and the Hokies take a 2-goal lead. 2-0 the score. 5:28 left to go in the first. Face-off won and taken here by the Hokies again. Now here's Grinter. Grinter taking the shot off. Mason Hennigy slapping that one into the corner. And now taken by Miller. Miller loses that puck, but it'll be cleared out to the point. Shot on. Hennigy can save. Rebound in front. They score! Hennigy unable to hold on to that rebound. Shot on. I believe that was 32. Ingram with the shot, and with picking up the garbage, it was Michael Grinter. 3-0 the score. 5:11 to go here in the first. Central winning that faceoff. Now big giveaway here is Michael Grinter. Takes that shot, never gets to Hennigy, as Grinter will get pushed up against the boards but still has the puck. Grinter shot in front. Hit a few skates in front. Never seeing an opportunity for the Hokies to score, and now Kareem behind the net, and it will be Central to hold. NCRHA looking for the pass, centering pass in front. Now we'll chip this one along for the Hokies. Here is Miller. Miller looking for a pass in front. We'll circle around the net. We'll throw this one all the way back for a Hokie defender. This is Joseph Eck. Shot goes wide of the net, and now picked up there by Michael Grinter. Grinter unable to catch that one, and now here is Bosnick. Bosnick kicks that one over into the corner. 4 minutes left here to go in the first, as Bosnick looks to start the Chippewa offense with a long lead pass over to NCRHA, back over to Bosnick. Bosnick receiving that pass, he moves forward. That one over to Gazinski, unable to collect cleanly, and throwing this one all the way across the boards and into the central zone. And retrieving it is Evan Crank. Central can't get that one out of their own zone, as this one's taken on by Mitchell Fink. Mitchell Fink all alone behind the Central net. He shoots, he scores! Wrap around try. Hennigy unable to get that leg pad out fast enough, and it's a 4-0 lead in favor of the Hokies. Timeout Central. Want to talk this one over and figure out what the heck is going on. They'll take a timeout, and we'll be back when they break their huddles. We are back here as we move through the third period. Tech jumps out to a huge 4-0 lead over Central Michigan, as NCRHA unable to collect that one against the boards, and now it'll be Fink moving forward here. Fink has a man. Can he find him? That's Brandon Hunt taking the shot. Big save, Mason Hennigy, to stop the bleeding here from getting way too much more out of hand. Face off now here, won by Steiger. And Steiger takes that one on, not really tested today as Domenico, as he makes the save, kicking along the corner, and now taken here by Mitchell Fink. Fink all alone, no help really, as he's dragged to the ground trying to make a hard stop. And now still with the puck here, as Virginia Tech knocked up and pop-up fly, as it's picked up here by the Hokies and played on back to Brandon Hunt. Hunt will retreat into his own end, kicking this one off to the side and into the neutral zone as Evan Crank for Central Michigan will collect there. Back over to Gazinski. Crank, throwing down the left side. He tries to get past his defender, goes backhand, forehand, tries to knock it back, but nice defense. All clean, says the ref, and this is Brandon Hunt to collect here. Saucer passes off the mark, and it will be Gazinski to hold on there and passes over to Steiger. Steiger trying to dance the defender, unable to do it successfully. He's dragged to the ground, no penalty call coming up, and now it's going to be Grinter trying to get that one away from Crank, and now Steiger taking this one through the neutral zone. Steiger bumped off the puck and he's dragged to the ground. No penalty call. Evan Crank looking for a man in front, unable to find him. And moving the other way is Brandon Fearing. If he hurries, he has numbers. 2-on-1. He finds his mate Barber, but off the mark, and Barber will go retreating to his behind the net of Central. Now collected here. Central moving this puck the other way. Here's Gazinski. Gazinski with speed. He tries to dangle the defender. He does. Getting past one. Big save by Domenico. He gets that big paddle down and stops the clock here with 1:28 left to go here in the first. Now, face off to the right of Domenico. One there by Central and one by Kimnick, thrown on back to Evan Crank. We're going to have a penalty I missed there by the Hokies. And now it's a 4-on-3 advantage for Central Michigan. Taking the shot on Domenico, taking this shot on save. And now taken here by Eck. Hard-nosed effort here as he tries to make this penalty kill go a little smoother for Virginia Tech as he passes this one on back to Brandon Hunt, successfully killing this one. Hunt will be happy to throw this one all the way off the boards and into the neutral zone. Will Bostic be the one to collect? This one over to Crank, over to Kimnick. Nice blocker save there by Domenico, and it hits off his blocker to go out of play. Shot and dumped here for Virginia Tech, and now collected by Hennigy, passed on over to Evan Crank. 30 seconds left to go in the first period, about 1 minute left to go on the power play. Shot in front, saved Domenico, rebound in front, slapped away by Virginia Tech defender. 25 left to go here in the first period. Virginia Tech still leading by a score of 4-0. Evan Crank over to Kimnick. Kimnick taking the shot, goes high and wide into the protective netting, and will get a stoppage. To the right of Domenico will be the face-off. And one here by Central. 10 ticks left on the clock. Shot on Kimnick, hits a body in front. Here's Crank, 8 seconds left. Another shot, 8 there by Brandon Hunt. He looks like he's hurt after he takes a few shots off the equipment. Shot on, never gets to Domenico in time, and that's going to be the end of the first. The Virginia Tech faithful, who have traveled here not too far down the road, giving their guys a nice round of applause for a job well done in the first. 4-0 the score after one. We'll be back after this. The National Collegiate Roller Hockey Association would like to recognize the generous contribution from our presenting sponsors, Mission Hockey and Bauer Hockey, for making this live and free broadcast possible. Mission Hockey, we are roller hockey. Number 2 on the board indicates it is the second period, and face off in the middle of the NCRHA logo will be taken by Central. Still on the power play here for 30 more seconds. As this is Kimnick moving forward. Here's Peters, winds up, takes the slapper, and back over to Evan Crank. Crank, 15 left on the power play, taking the shot, hits another Virginia Tech person in front. And now this one passed on down to Kimnick. Kimnick looking for a man, he shoots, he scores! Finally breaking the scoreless drought is Kimnick. 4-0 the deficit now. .11:34 left in the second. Only 26 seconds elapsed after Central was able to get their first goal here, making it 4-1. Now, Virginia Tech. This is Andrew Miller. Throwing this one back to Ingram. Ingram's pass is knocked away, but Ingram will recover here and passes it along over to Joseph Eck. Eck. This one passed on to Miller. Miller looking for Eck again, unable to find him. And moving forward here is Gazinski. Excuse me, that's Winesfield. Not seeing much playing action so far, but he does get some time now, as this one is Bosnick moving forward with speed around the Virginia Tech net. Bosnick looking for his man, back over to Winesfield. Winesfield and Bosnick. Collected here by Winesfield again. Pass on over to Peters. A little saucer pass over to his man is deflected away by a Central defender. And now Peters looking to get that pass, but off kilter. And now collected here by Marinelli. That shot on, saved by Domenico. And now here is Bosnick with the puck at the point. Shot on, given off to Peters as he tries to wheel around his defender. Able to get past one, gets the shot off. Nice save by Domenico as he'll hold on. 10:02 left here in the second. Face off taken by the Hokies and given along as they go through the neutral zone. Here is Hunt. Hunt firing the shot, going wide of the net, and picked up here by Marinelli. And here's Crank. Crank holding on to this one. He gets dragged down. No penalty on the play, as this one is given off to Central Michigan. Stopped on along, and now passed up the boards. Here is Virginia Tech moving forward. This is Fink, Mitchell Fink, getting that puck knocked away. And the long lead pass is off the mark for Crank, and holding that one is Domenico. This one played on over to Central. Big glove save there. Domenico will get a stoppage in play. Puck now passed along to himself behind his own net. This is Hunt. And this one given on over to Brandon Hunt. This one back over to Mitchell Fink. Fink getting around his defender. Fink shoots. Big save by Hennigy and picked up here by Gazinski. Gazinski pestered by his man, the captain. That is Brett Barber. Barber knocks him off his rocker and now collected by Central and off of the mark there. Two players going to the corner. Crank finally able to take control of that puck. shot on. Nice save by Domenico as he's able to roll around, and we're going to have a penalty coming up to Central. Oh, no, my goodness. Not happy about that one is the Central players, as wheeling this one on back is Tyler Hunt. And holding on to it. Now, high sticking now. I heard on a Central player. We'll get a stoppage in play. 97 is going for a trip. That's Steiger. This one will go all the way down to the Central end. This face-off here won by Virginia Tech as they start their 2-minute power play. Here is Fink. Fink on over to Hunt. Tyler Hunt behind the net. Back up to Brandon Hunt. Down to Tyler Hunt. Unable to corral that one. And now here's Barber behind his own net. Back up to Fink. Nice shot there by Brandon Hunt, unable to hold, and we'll get a stoppage. Face-off one here and taken by Virginia Tech. Here's Mitchell Fink shooting this one going wide and over. Mason Hennigy tipped in front. I don't know if that hit a Hokie or if it hit a Chippewa in front. Nonetheless, Hokies extend their lead 5-1. Now face off here with the 7:27 mark left to go in the second. This one taken on here by Fearing. Fearing taking that one into the corner. Plastered against the boards there was Bosnick, and now trying to kick that one out is Winesfield. Winesfield unable to, and now it's going to be Winesfield to collect here now. Winesfield behind his own net. They'll give this one off to Bosnick. Bosnick will toss this one up the boards, but knocked away by Fearing. Here's Fearing. Slaps that one on. Easy save for Hennigy to make as Winesfield will collect here. Winesfield. Will slap that one off to the corner. Knocked down by a Hokie player. And now turning with this one is Ingram. Unable to collect it cleanly. Now Winesfield will take this one. Passes it on over to Kimnick. Pass on back to Marinelli. And here's Bosnick moving forward. Bosnick with a back checker. Nice back check there by 47 Eck. And he's still pestering Kimnick here as Eck still trying to get that puck away. Kimnick, nice little spin move to get away from a defender. Eck still pestering, and he'll get that puck away. Whistle blown as that puck goes into the Central Michigan zone. As we'll get a neutral zone power play here. And it will be Virginia Tech to hold. This one back over to Camrata. Camrata winds up. He takes the firing shot going wide of the net. And now it'll be Kaczynski to hold into the corner. Collected now finally by Camrata as that puck was bouncing around for a while. And now there's a Central player left all the way in front, unable to grab it. There was Crank. Crank giving this one out over to Camrata. Looking for his man in front. That was Steiger. Excuse me, that was Peters. He gets dragged to the ground. And there is Crank. And a Virginia Tech player picking that up. That's Grinter. Grinter tosses it on along to Andrew Miller. Miller throws that one over to Barber. Barber finds Grinter. He shoots Miller with the save. Hennigy holding on to that one, squeezes the pillows together, And we'll get a face-off. 5:01 left to go. And shot. No, face-off here, won by Central. As Peters collects here. Peters loses that puck over to Camarada, looking for Peters across the bend. Domenico almost tipped that one up and into his own cage, but now it's going to be the Hokies. Here is Hunt, or excuse me, Fink. Fink moving that one around, but loses it, and now it'll be Central to move this one forward. This is Camarada. Camarada with a defender hanging all over him. He backhands that pass across the center neutral zone, and now it'll be Hokies to collect here. Here is Barber. Barber almost loses that one, so Domenico will have to hold on to it. 4:11 left to go in the first, or excuse me, the second. .411 left to go here in the second. 5-1 the score. Virginia Tech leading Central Michigan Chippewas. Kimnick being interfered with, unable to get through, and now it's going to be Ingram. Ingram moving this puck along through the neutral zone into the Central Michigan zone, saved by Hennigy. Rebound comes out to Central, and they'll collect here, going back into their own end. Long stretch pass over to Bosnick. Collected now by Steiger. Over back to Bosnick. Bosnick. Oh, he was hooked there and he's dragged down. Now the Hokies will send one to the box. As Steiger was dragged down to the ground. And we'll see. And we'll see a Central Michigan power play for the first time this tonight. Here is Camarada taking the face-off for Central. He loses it. Now picked up here by Barber. Barber will be happy to clear this one all the way down into the Central Michigan zone. And tapped on along is Hennigy. Over to Crank. Crank advancing this one. Over to Kimnick. Down low over to Gazinski. Back over to Crank. He misses that shot wide, and now picked up here by Kimnick. Over to Bosnick. Bosnick passes this one on over, and receiving the pass back here is Bosnick as he moves forward. Here's Crank. Over to Kimnick. He takes the shot there and goes knocked wide of the net. And now Crank will take this one. 1:18 left to go in the power play for Central. Crank on over to Kimnick. Back to Crank. Crank takes the shot. Domenico taking that pass and off the skate of him. And now into the Hokies. They pass this one. Oh, missing the mark wide. And now here is Hunt collecting this one, doing his best penalty killing job. And Bosnick, he gets crushed up against the boards, and the Huskies will get called for another penalty. 49 seconds left in the first. We'll have a 4-on-2 as Bosnick was plastered against the boards. That was number 13, Brandon Hunt. Central winning that face-off here. Taken on by Crank as he moves in on this 4-on-2 attempt. Shot goes wide of the net. That shot by Kimnick. And now retreating this one is Bosnick. Bosnick hands it on over to Crank. Crank has Camarada in front. Back over to Bosnick. He shoots. Big save, Domenico. Wow, what a save. Maybe one of the better ones you'll see all day. Domenico right there to slam the door shut on the 4-on-2. He's been the best penalty killer for the Hokies thus far. 1:56 here left to go in the second, and 23 seconds left to go in the 4-on-2. Here's Crank. Giving that one on over to Kimnick. Kimnick, that shot goes through the crease and scurries into the corner as Bosnick passes this one on over to Crank. Crank shot on, loose in front, goes wide of the net. Now Bosnick will collect. Bosnick over to Kimnick, shuffles that one along, but knocked away by a Hokie defender. Out of the box is one guy. He shoots it over. This is a breakaway now, right out of the box here. Shot, save, Hennigy, rebound, collected by the Hokies. Nice opportunity for Jeff Ingram to get one on the board. Shorty, but slammed the door shot was Mason Hennigy. Now here is Eck. Eck plastering his man against the board as this one is lifted on over and out of the zone for the Hokies. 44 seconds left to go here in the power play for Central. 4-on-3 now, and just under a minute left to go in the period. Here's Kimnick, back over to Crank. Crank takes the shot, hits the bar, goes north and out of the play, hitting the rafters, and we'll have a stoppage. Now just 44 seconds left. Central will control this one. Moving through the neutral zone, here's Crank. Crank passes it from over to Bosnick. He centers the pass in front. Never, oh wow, Domenico has come up huge. He slides over, stacking the pads old school style. Saving the Hokies once again here. 5-1 the score still for the Hokies. Face off here, won by the Chippewas. Wind up shot is by Crank. This one never gets all the way to Domenico, and now moving the other way is a bouncing puck for the Hokies. This one is Barber, the captain. Pushes that one along behind the net, bounces puck, and now here's Kimnick to pick up. Nicely killed by the Hokies as there's 15 seconds left to go in the second period. Kimnick looking to dance a few defenders and knocked away. And now taken here. 4 seconds left. Everyone tell him to shoot. This one knocked away, and this period will end. 5-1 domination here by the Hokies. We have 1 period left to go. Stay tuned with this one as we come to the conclusion of this game. Mission Hockey is the presenting sponsor for the National Collegiate Roller Hockey Championships this week in Aston, Pennsylvania. The NCRHA would like to thank Mission for their generous support of this event. Mission Hockey, we are roller hockey. As we get this third period underway, Central retrieving this one. Just trying to get back on the board. They only have one so far, and if they want to get back in this and win it, they'll have to get some more points on the board. But Domenico has slammed the door shut for them so far for the Hokies, and now moving this one forward is Tech. This one shot on, saved away by Hennigy. This one, oh, almost in the back of the net as Hennigy is able to get there right at the last second. Shot there by Grinter. Now moving forward, that one shot all the way down into the Hokie zone and tapped on along, picked up here by Grinter. A stray pass is now picked up by Weinsfield over to Gazinski. Kaczynski over to Peters. Peters, hard stop there, knocked away by a Hokie defender, and now picked up here by Andrew Miller. That puck shot around, and now picked up here by Weinsfield. Weinsfield centering pass. It's knocked away by a Hokie defender, and now loose puck moving forward. Here are the Hokies. This is Michael Grinter. Grinter trying to dance his defender. Nice defensive play there by Gazinski as Tyler Gazinski moves this one forward and shuffles it on over to Peters. Peters knocks that one down. And now another chance here for the Hokies. He has a breakaway. This is Mitchell Fink. Mitchell Fink beating his one defender, dragged down. No call by the officials as Hennigy knocks that one into the corner. And Anton Marinelli will pick up this one. Throw it on back for Evan Crank. And the long stretch pass is off the mark here as Virginia Tech holds. Here is Fink winding up. He takes the shot. Oh, tipped in front. That one was probably going in, but a hit off a Tech defender in front, and it goes wide and out of play. After that, we'll have a face-off that goes outside of the zone. 9:53 left to go here in the third, and in this game, the Hokies ahead by a score of 5-1. One here by Central and taken on by Evan Crank. Board passes off the mark, and now Camrata will collect here. Shot on around is picked up by Eck. As Eck wheels past the defender, given off over to Jeffrey Ingram. Ingram can't find his man. Going into the corner is Mitchell Fink, getting that one on back. Shot on is from Eck. Kicked aside, and now here is a pass that goes astray for the Hokies as Camrata tries to get that pass off, and now it'll be a turnover. Drop that pass over to Brandon Hunt. Brandon trying to get past one. That one shot wide, and into the corner it will go. Kicked down along by a Central defender, and now it'll be Bosnick with an opportunity to score here. Bosnick moving 1-on-2, 2-on-1. Kimnick shoots, he scores! Nice goal and feed from Bosnick over to Kimnick as they cut this lead down to 3 for the Chippewas. 5-2 the score now. 9 minutes left to go in the game. Puck goes fluttering into the end as this is Bosnick. Bosnick will go retreat behind his own end. Bosnick, long stretch pass over to the goal scorer, Kimnick. Kimnick will leave it there for Camrata. Camrata can't pick it up cleanly, and now into the corner it goes. This is the defenseman, Brian Pacelli. Can't control it cleanly. Now here's Kimnick. Nice saucer pass over. Shot scores! Kimnick, top bunk, hits that one bar down. Beating Domenico there. Not much you could do about that one. As that one goes in, and we cut the lead down to 2. .8:23 left to go now in the third. As Virginia Tech takes this one. And now taken on here by Fink. Dragged to the ground, no penalty on the play, and Central will pick this one up. It will be Peters stopping and going. Now muscle away from that one is Brandon Hunt. Hunt wheels around and takes that one as Peters is there hounding him. Central doing their best attempt to get back into this one. They trail by 2 as now Virginia Tech advances here. Dropping it along here is Mitchell Fink. Fink trying to wheel around a defender, unable to, and now it'll be Marinelli moving this one forward. If they hurry, they have numbers. They don't. Back checker for the Hokies is Tyler Hunt. This one gets a shot on. Domenico slams the door shut again, and he'll hold on for a whistle. 7:25 left to go. Left to go in the game. Shot on, or face-off won there by the Hokies and taken here by Eck. Eck wheeling around his defender, but there picked up is Crank. But now Eck will have an opportunity. Bouncing puck, he settles it down finally. Here's Eck moving forward. One defender to beat. He has a man if he finds him. He does. Shot on, big save. Hennigy with his noggin. Now loose in front still as Central is able to lift it out across the crease and onto the stick of Bosnick. Bosnick loses that one. He loses his stick, and now it's a 2-on-1. Here is Grinter. Grinter deciding to take the shot. That one goes wide of the net, as this place is ready to explode if the Hokies get another one on the board. Marinelli passes this one over to Crank, but unable to collect it cleanly. And now it's going to be Eck in the corner. Or Grinter, excuse me. Now in front, that was Miller, but nice little poke check to keep a scoring chance away from Miller was Hennigy, and a big glove save as the Virginia Tech faithful go wild as Domenico holds on to that one. Face-off circle to the right of Domenico. Won by Central, taken on, shot by Kaczynski. That one going fluttering wide, that one's still loose. Now finally Domenico is able to hold on. Steiger almost able to pick up that loose puck and bury it behind Domenico. Unable to. 6:19 left to go here in the third period. Central applying the pressure here as that's Marinelli. Marinelli wheeling, going to his backhand, looking for a man in front. He's pestered there by Mitchell Fink. He gets away. Backhand shot is off the mark, and now passed on over. Here is Tech moving forward. One-on-one is Mitchell Fink, unable to get past his defender. And now Central moving this one forward. This is Kimnick. Kimnick moving this one forward, pushes it. Nice stick lift there by the Hokies, and now to the backhand. Domenico is saving that one and holding onto it with his glove. Giving a nice standing ovation is the Hokie faithful. 5:15 left to go here in the third. Lead is still 5-3 in favor of Virginia Tech. Face off here, now won by the Hokies as they'll kick it on back. Loose puck is now picked up by Cromwell. He's going into the slot. Loose puck in front, picked up now by the Hokies. Nice save there by Domenico. And this one packed over for Eck. Eck hounded there by Crank, but not hounded enough as Eck is able to wheel past the defender. He gets into the slot, slams on the brake, switches directions, still hounded by a central defender. Now he passes this one off. This is Ingram. Ingram over to Pacelli. Ingram wheels on in, slowly taking the shot, just going wide of the net. Now here's Kimnick. Kimnick over to Camrata. He's one-on-one with his defender. He's trying to use his speed to get around him. He goes backhand. Nice save. Domenico right into his chest as Camrata looking to bury that one, unable to. This one taken on here by Bosnick. 5 minutes left to go here in this one. Nice move there by Crank to shake a defender, unable to do it and losing it now. This is Mitchell Fink taking it on, passing into the neutral zone into Chippewa end. Mitchell Fink taking the shot on. Hennigy with the save. Rebound goes fluttering into the corner, and here is Crank giving chase. But now it's the Hokies giving chase. They shoot, they score! That one off the stick of Mitchell Fink. That one is a dagger there for Central Michigan as they were mounting a comeback, and the Hokies say no beans to you as they take the 6-3 lead. Now Central. Holds on to this one. They are down by 3 with 4:20 left to go in this. Shot on. Domenico will hold on to this one. 4:13 left to go now. As we inch our way closer to the end of this one, Hokies firmly in the lead by 3. 4 minutes left to go. Still plenty of time for Central to come back, but crazier things have happened. Here is Tech moving forward here. He's got a man. Nice save. Hennigy going far side. We got that pillow down, and now passed on back. No, hassled there by Crank, and now Crank for Central Michigan will take the puck. Now Tech holding on to this one in the neutral zone. He's hassled by a defender in the neutral zone. Now passed on along is Tech. This is Eck. Eck shaking one defender, giving on along. Now they have a 2-on-1. Moving into the slot. Here is the shot on wide of the net. That one from Grinter. He had a wide open lane. And now taken on along here by Central Michigan Chippewas. Long lead passes knocked down by Eck. And taken by the Hokies. Hokies holding on this one, playing keep away as they dump this one all the way down into the Central Michigan zone. Here is Gazinski with speed on the outside, going backhand, forehand, shooting. Domenico making the save, that one going behind the net, and now taken on by Tech. Over to Fink. Fink gets that one knocked away by Winesfield, and now this one played over to Gazinski. Gazinski's shot on, he was wide of the net as that one had to be kicked away by Domenico, and a long clearing pass is by Virginia Tech, passed on over to Winesfield. 2:20 left to go in this one. Central pressing now as they try to get that. This is a nice move by Camarada. He shoots, big save, Domenico. 2:13 left to go in this one. Tech still holding on to a 3-goal lead. 6-3 the score. Now, here is Tech throwing this one around the side and picked up here by Pacelli. Pacelli doing a nice job winding down that clock and holding on to this one, dumping it down further into the Central zone. Now picked up here by Bosnick for Central. Central moving the puck forward. Here is Bosnick. He has defenders in front of him. He tries to dangle. Can't get past them all. Nice shot by Steiger. That one going wide of the net. And picked up here by Bosnick. Back up to Camarada. Or excuse me, that's Crank. Crank, nice play. Sprawling out is the captain, showing his grindy effort is Brett Barber. And he goes forward. 2-on-1. 2-on-1. Brett Barber takes the shot. Sails that one into the protective netting. 1:35 left to go. Virginia Tech will hold on to this one and dump it down into the corner. Now Crank trying to wheel past his defender. He can't. Here is Steiger for Central. Steiger will pass this one along. Looking to the middle is Central. Now pick up here with only one glove on. Here is Brian Pacelli. Pacelli dumps that one around and picked up here by Grinter. Grinter back to Pacelli. 1 minute left to go here in this game as Central still down 3. Picked up here by Ingram. Ingram, that shot along the boards and picked up here by Grinter. Grinter knocked off the puck there by Crank. Held a little bit, and now Steiger to collect for the Chippewas. Behind his own net, here is Steiger. Knocked off the puck. No penalty on the play. Both guys hitting the deck as Steiger able to get up and hold this one. Now a big bad turnover here. Mitchell Fink all the time in the world. He gets Mason to move. Scores, and that one icing this one away. Tech scoring their 7th goal, moving their tally 7-3, and all but sealing this one for the Hokies. 32 seconds left to go in this one, and it looks like it's going to be a Virginia Tech win, as they will go on to face the Slippery Rock Pride in the Final Four in our Division II race to the championship. And again, here is Brandon Hunt for the Hokies. He'll decide to peel back, throw this one back. 20 seconds left to go in this one. You can feel it now, the Hokies getting excited. Here is Hunt, wheeling on around. He kicks that one over to the boards, and now taking over by Steiger. Here is Crank, 8 seconds left to go. He'll hold on, one last slap shot, and that'll do it, folks. 3 seconds left. Hokies can celebrate as they win this one by a score of 7-3. They'll advance and move on to the Final Four. An early exit for the Central Michigan Chippewas. A good run after an NCRHA regional title. They get bounced out, and it will be the Hokies advancing to the Final Four to place Slippery Rock. Thank you for listening to this one. My name is Kyle Jones. Stay tuned here. We have one more day of coverage of the 2014 National Collegiate Roller Hockey League. We'll catch you then.